Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Pot Smoker's Bible. My name is Zion, and I'm the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible. It contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It also gives a wonderful future to all drug users on the planet. It champions the cause of the poor and the destitute, and it brings God back to humanity. Wonderful. Okay, today we're starting the 18th chapter of the Pot Smoker's Bible, and it contains the 15th chapter of the Book of Zion. It's called "And the Songs of the Temple," and it goes like this. In the last chapter, the Gray, through prophecy, established the truth of my people's identity and the truth of the war on drugs. Now we see its effect on my people. Because the songs of the temple are howlings, my people suffer greatly. Society shows us images of drug users, but they only show you the most extreme abuses. 90% of drug users are upstanding citizens in every other respect, but you only see or hear about the overdoses, the drug arrests, and the violence that the war on drugs inspires. You never see the rest of my people. You never hear about the charity work. You never hear about the inner circle camaraderie. You never witness the joy we feel or the effects of the war on drugs on our lives. You see the propaganda, the lies. You don't see the good of my people. So, you're unaware of the truth of the war on drugs. You don't realize the suffering that we endure at the hands of the police and the media. So let me clue you in. The war on drugs is a genocidal war being waged against an innocent people who are the true hope of humanity. My people are hidden. They have to be. We are your co-workers and your neighbors. We dress like you. We enjoy the same entertainments that you enjoy. Some of us like sports. Some of us are very political. Others are very humanitarian. We are artists and intellectuals and just plain people. We are you. Most of us hide our identity. We have to. Our jobs require it. Piss tests try to expose us, but we're smarter than they are. We have the means to outwit their attempts. You truly have no way of knowing who uses drugs. We hide in plain sight. So, unless we choose to reveal our true nature to you, you have no way of knowing who the drug users are. Because you see, we go to work, we pay our bills, we blend in. Now, of course, many of my people do openly show their Zionite identity. My youth in particular are very defiant and proudly flaunt their gray awakening. They dress to impress, to express their innate pride of being gray. They tout pot leaves, buds, and 420 everything. Gray bless them for their pride in being gray. Soon, my people will proudly wear the robes of the priesthood. We will no longer have to hide who and what we are. Our creation by God will propel us into an open show of our abilities. Where once we had to hide, soon we will be sought out for that very reason. When my people realize who they are, they will no longer tolerate the abuses. Again, Black Lives Matter and Me Too are both examples of how my people defend themselves. These two movements are the beginnings of the realization that we have the right to protest abuses. Now, I don't know if the founders of these two movements were potheads or drug users, but they're still abused, and that still makes them mine. This is nothing compared to what my people are going to express very soon. We are about to show you just who and what we are. You're gonna see, and you're gonna be shocked and amazed at how we will stand up to demand justice for all of the atrocities enacted against us. When my people show themselves to you, when they openly demand an accounting for the reasons for the war waged against us, you will be awed by our numbers. And you will be shocked by the number of celebrities that show their true nature. When my people finally speak out, when we stand up as one people, then we will show you our truth. We will tell you what we endured at your hands. We will set things right when we take a stand united. Yes, my people are angry, and that is the greater part of our music these days. That is what the howlings of the temple songs are all about. We express ourselves in our music. These days, our music is angry and violent. Our music is our voice. We use songs to teach, to guide, and to defy. Now, in the 60s, our music was about peace and brotherhood. It was about wonder and the glory on high. This was our truest self. The 70s was an exploration of our emotions as we explored the wonders of being gray. The 80s was an expression of our beauty as a people, glam rock. The 90s was a revelation in identity. The 2000s began our defiance. Today, our music screams revolution. As I stated in the last chapter, we have crossed the line of I don't give a fuck. This society has transformed the peaceful, loving flower children of the 60s into the defiant, angry mob of protesters ready to wage the war declared against us. The government and society has pushed us so far beyond our ability to endure that we've become just like them, ready to do violence in order to end the war declared on us for no reason. We didn't do anything to create the war on drugs. The government and society has done this to us. So, in God's eyes, we are justified for what we're about to do. When we stand together and declare our identity, when we demand a fair trial between ourselves and our accusers, we will be exonerated on all accounts. There is no justification for the war on drugs. Even the gray know that. Our identity as Zionite priests will free us from our bondage. It is unconstitutional to deny anyone the right to serve God. Our duty as priests will require that we carry out God's will, which will require us to do drugs. So, all laws pertaining to drugs used by the Zionite priesthood will instantly become invalid. In that day, my people will become victorious over our enemies. We will be able to defend ourselves, and by doing so, we will end the war. The state is not going to want to see a true war, where they have to actually engage in combat with their enemies. On the day the drug users tell the state that they intend to participate in the war on drugs is the day that the states will repeal the laws creating the war on drugs. Because by declaring the actions of the state as an act of war, they have declared that we also have the right to engage. On that day, we will be declaring our identity as a unique nation, a nationality. War, by its very definition, is an engagement of combat by two or more sovereign nations. On the day Ronald Reagan declared war on drugs, he created us as a nation. We became a nation on October 14th, 1982. We have been a nation for 37 years. Because, you see, drugs, in every form, are an inanimate object. War cannot be waged by objects. As just stated, wars are waged by nations. So the war on drugs is a war between every sovereign nation which has laws against drug use and every citizen of the nation of Zion as defined as everyone who uses illegal or abuses legal drugs, i.e., the war is the world against Zion. If my people were at their core, like you humans, we would not be content to take our court-appointed restitution and retire to our new mountain home. We would seek revenge and retribution for all of our suffering. We would engage in this 80-year-old war and do great harm to all of our enemies. But, as angry as we are at everyone who hates us for no reason, we are gray. We have a greater desire for peace. We want to grow up and to leave childish things like money and violence behind us. Our anger will fade when we no longer endure social abuses. You see, we gray have much to learn. As stated in the last chapter, we are so wrong on so many levels. We have to learn what is gray, truth. We are guilty of many things ourselves. So the gray will be teaching us to grow up and reject childish things. So we will go peacefully to our new mountain home. Now, I'm going to leave off there today, and the next time we will take up where we left off. So, until then, may the gray watch over you, guide you, protect you, and teach you right from wrong. May you always be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light. May you always be happy and high. Know that I love you, and I will see you soon. Later, because I will never say goodbye.